Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Locker Room Talk Uncut. Drew Garrison, Chad Penrod in the locker room, bringing you your favorite uncut sports podcast. All of the latest in sports coming right at you with no filter, by the fans, for the fans. Let's start the show. What the fuck are you doing? Oh my God. Are you kidding me, dude? You're going to start our show off like that? We haven't been here in how long? You're going to play fucking Ohio? Jesus Christ.
Shh. The best band in the land is playing. Can you not be so fucking...
Can you shut the fuck up? Maybe that. Good God.
Welcome back football season, though, right?
I don't want that's not how we ain't been here in like a month. That's not how I wanted to start this shit back off.
The best team in the land, the best team in the nation plays tonight. They're going to kick off the season on a Thursday.
That's right. Go Gophers.
I cannot wait. It's going to be fun.
Row the boat. Fucking what's PJ Fleck? Row the boat.
Harbaugh's still around?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, that is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't want the motherfucker around either.
Josh Control, OHIO, baby. Let's go. Game day.
Who gives a
row
fuck?
the boat. Well, here it goes.
Row the boat, dude. There's Jake. See, Jake's got my back on that.
What's up, guys? It's been a long time. Ohio State kicking off their season today.
I guess college football's technically started, but it was like,
yeah.
I think the first Big Ten game was Illinois and Nebraska. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, some teams we do not give a shit about, but C.J. Stroud gets to make his freshman debut today, and I think the dude is going to be fantastic. I think he's going to have a great outing. I don't know if he's going to have a Justin Fields type outing, but I think that he's going to have a hell of a way to start off his college career.
There we go, Jake. Kicking off an OSU. Let's go.
You know that's like not even possible, Jake.
John.
John.
God damn. Well, I was talking to Nate Worley earlier. I don't know if he'll be tuned in or not, but this is really the first year that Ohio State has really any kind of question at quarterback, right? Like, I guess since that
he's
year,
a 5-star.
I
guess.
hurt, but you just don't know because it felt like JT Barrett was there for like 8 years, and then I think Haskins came in that Michigan game when Barrett hurt his knee, and then like you felt comfortable with him. He played a little bit more, I think. So, but you've never really seen this Stroud guy, right? Because I think it was a pretty legit competition all the way through camp, from what it sounds like.
They say he mimics a lot of his game is like Justin Fields. You know, I don't. That's hard, man. Justin Fields was a hell of a college quarterback. It looks like he might be a decent pro. I never judge anything off the preseason, but he can't be worse than Andy Dalton. I can't imagine.
Look at this shit. God.
I actually have a theory about that, Jake, and I've actually heard a couple people say this.
Let's wait.
Should I wait on that one? Okay.
But look, Quinn Ewers bleaches his mullet. He's a bitch. But before we get to that, so you think do you think Stroud's going to be as good as Fields? Or do you? Or I mean,
I don't know, man.
It's hard to tell because you haven't seen him play.
Fields is good. My biggest knock on Fields was holding onto the ball too long.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't. That'll never be able to happen in the NFL. I don't know. Those are big shoes to fill.
Obviously,
Justin Fields is a hell of a quarterback, college quarterback. I think he's going to be pretty good in the pros, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, let's be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Josh Collier makes a great point here, man. The weapons, dude. He's got the top 2 receivers in the league. You know, Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. So,
yeah, look at who Stroud's throwing to, and I mean that's true. He's got a full complement of weapons. I don't know what the running back situation is. I'm sure they've got great running backs. They always do. Josh Control jealous of another guy's mullet. Drew Garrison grew up. Fucking never, dude. I will never bleach my fucking mullet. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I got something special for you in a minute, you bastard.
Damn. Okay, so can I make my point about Quinn?
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
The Quinn Ewers, I don't think he will ever play a single down at Ohio State.
Hot take!
I've heard several people say this, actually, and I'm here to say that I'm with that because I think Ohio State's just one of them places, man. You know, if CJ's anything like Fields, you know, it's going to be hard to lose the job. I understand Quinn is the biggest thing since Trevor Lawrence, since Peyton Manning, since Andrew Luck. Those kind of guys, you're like, all right, I guarantee they're going to be good.
You know who else was supposed to be good? Motherfucking God, what was that guy's name? He sucked. He's still trying to play college ball like 6 years later. Tate Martell.
Yeah. Well, I think he's a little different. I wouldn't even put Tate Martell up there with them other guys that I mentioned, but I would put Quinn out there. I'm not sure that he sees the field at Ohio State. I mean, CJ's getting the first crack at it. He's a 5-star. We'll see.
If CJ is Fields, Quinn will be Burrow.
You
didn't appreciate Joe Burrow.
More like Haskins, and I think it's going to be a Haskins and Burrow situation where did the Ohio State do right? I mean, Dwayne Haskins' numbers were definitely there. You
can't argue with the decision to stick with Haskins that they made.
No.
Because Burrow's first year after he transferred wasn't really all that good. He was all right. The second year is when things kind of clicked and he had the perfect storm. But I mean, looking at what Haskins did, he set all kinds of Big Ten records and shit. It's hard to fault Urban Meyer for that. Even though Urban Meyer, if Josh is still watching, is a enormous piece of shit, just a bad human. But he made the right call at quarterback.
I think that, but I don't think Quinn sees a snap at Ohio State.
I don't know if it'll be another Joe Burrow situation. I mean, let's not compare Quinn Ewers to what Joe Burrow did in college.
But what do you mean by that, Jake? Ohio State is I don't understand what you mean by that, because Ohio State didn't fuck up their letting Burrow go. Just because it was a Dwayne Haskins Burrow, they both were great.
Yeah, I think they were just in a win-win situation there, and Burrow broke a bone in his throwing hand right before that, and that didn't help him get on the field either. But so what year is Stroud? Is he a sophomore?
Isn't Stroud a
redshirt?
Stroud's a freshman. Isn't Stroud a true freshman? Yeah, I think CJ's a true freshman.
They let a great quarterback leave who has a Heisman season and won a Natty. I get that, but I don't think that it would have been the same at Ohio State.
I mean, does that happen without we'll say. Yeah,
redshirt freshman from Josh Collier. Okay, that makes
sense. So this back to Jake talking about the Heisman season and all that. I mean, Dwayne still had 4,500 yards, like 50 fucking touchdowns. I mean, he had a ridiculous year. I mean, it's hard to say that. I know how good Joe Burrow was for the year at LSU, and there's no denying that. I don't know.
Here Jake comes with that shit. Joe Burrow's got it. Hey, man, I love Joe Burrow. We got to chill, man. I've been saying that for a year. We got to relax a little bit. But realistically speaking, Minnesota's probably going to win by 10, right?
I got, it's Ohio State by 21.
Where's it at? Is it in Columbus?
It's in Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota?
I think Ohio State is a 13-point favorite. I say
13-point road favorite.
Yeah, I say Ohio State by 21.
I mean, they'll probably win, and I didn't know. I figured probably more people would be headed up to the Ohio State game if it was in Columbus, so that makes sense. But you ain't going up there unless you get the old slapper in the arm there. We won't talk about that today. But you gotta get the old. So, yeah, Ohio State's gonna beat the shit out of them.
What about your
pound the over? Josh says, yeah, Ohio State's the over champions. You can always bet the over on them typically.
Should we even talk about Michigan? Because I know you're kind of over them, aren't you?
This is where I stay. Well, let me, Josh, one more. It's going to be close at half as they get used to the new season, and then the second half blowout. It's pretty reasonable.
I expect complete domination.
Michigan.
I mean, I don't even know if we really got to talk about them, man. They're just kind of another team now, right?
Well, I started some shit today because there's like an annual post I post whenever Ohio State has their first game about just how fucking shitty and terrible Ohio State fans are. They are the worst fans in sports.
Those guys are still Bengals fans too. So now
or Browns fans.
Now you know my pain.
Or Browns fans. It's
but
one of the two.
You don't live up in Cleveland. You live right here, home of the Buckeyes.
You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. Who said that? Somebody tell me in the comments. But Michigan, I don't expect shit. I'm not over them. I'm still going to watch them. It's still my team. I still love Michigan football, but I don't expect anything from them.
You shouldn't,
because I don't believe in Jim Harbaugh one bit. And I mean, he got a fucking contract. He got a goddamn contract extension.
I just don't know if you should believe in the team. I mean, they're the ones keeping him around.
Yeah, I mean,
the team, the coach, the fucking what do they call
boosters?
The front office?
Well, college football, it's all about the boosters. The boosters need to stop giving them their fucking money. When the boosters stop giving them their money, they don't keep the coach anymore. That's when it happens. Now, we went through a couple years where it was like, okay, this sucks, but who are you going to get that's better than Harbaugh? But at this point, just try it. Find a young guy that maybe, could be an upstart guy. Your next Matt Campbell from Iowa State.
Yeah, why not?
Call that motherfucker.
His name's been thrown around for like 5 years from big colleges to
pros,
to pro jobs. Yeah, I don't understand. Like maybe he's wanting to stay where he's at. I don't get it.
So, I mean, I'm going to watch them. I'm going to hope they win every game, but I have zero expectation other than maybe fighting for third, fourth in the Big Ten East. I mean, realistically, I like J.J. McCarthy, but he's probably not, going to play coming out. He's the true freshman. They're probably going to run with the dude with the frosted tips from last year because he showed fight. But I don't know, man. Last year was so bad. The COVID shit. They won 2 games. They lost to Michigan State, who's like at the fucking bottom with a brand new coach after all the trouble they got, and they lost to them at fucking home. I think they finished without a home win last year, and people can say what they want about the COVID season, this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't fucking happen. You can say they ran from Ohio State at the end of the year. I guess we'll never know. You could say Ohio State ran from Illinois because they had a COVID issue, but I don't know, man. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about Michigan. But my point today, and Jake says up here, Drew got bashed on the timeline today. Oh, he said White's correct. And then he said, Drew got bashed on the timeline today. Dude, my Twitter is still going ape shit right now because of this. I just simply tweeted that Ohio State fans are the worst fans in sports. I started losing.
And the same fans went at you because they're Bengals fans.
I mean, it is kind of. Yeah, I know where you're going. I know where you're going with that. Yeah, I know where you're going with that. We're not going there. So I don't expect anything. I hope they win every game. I hope they can kick the shit out of Ohio State. I hope they can sneak past Ohio State by a touchdown, by a field goal, by a point. I don't care, but I don't expect shit.
Back to the good team. Ohio State, my predictions, Ohio State by 21. What do you say?
I think, Ohio State by 24 is probably 24. My realistic prediction. But if on the small chance that PJ Fleck and the Golden Domers, well, the Golden Domers are Notre Dame. I shouldn't say that. The Golden Gophers pull out an upset, you motherfuckers are not going to be able to deal with me. I lost Twitter followers today from the one tweet. It'll be a lot worse. Don't fuck up. Gonna happen. Don't fuck up because I'm on you. I'm on your ass.
Well, what people really like to hear you talk about, because you're part of the Cincy jungle now, they want to know your take on these cuts. So, as of Tuesday? It's Thursday, yes. So 2 days ago, the final NFL rosters had to be cut down to 53 rosters of 53, and then you got 16 practice squad players. So, in your opinion, the Bengals trade Billy Price, they cut Michael Johnson.
Michael Jordan.
I'm sorry, Michael Jordan. They cut Thad Moss and they cut Mike Daniels. Your take?
Well, Thad Moss is back on the practice squad. That's pretty predictable. I think that, we all like Thad Moss. We all like what he did with Burrow. We're kind of hoping maybe some of that can be sort of recreated. But the fact of the matter, he's not that good of a football player.
He's not.
So I kind of expected that. I wouldn't have been mad if he stayed on over Mitchell Wilcox.
Because, well, he's back on as the practice squad. Correct?
Yeah. So, I mean, he's there. The cuts, the Mike Daniels thing hurt me. He agreed to go to a steak dinner with me at Jeff Ruby's on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that. But.
So what came about that? Why is he no longer on the team? What was the final?
I think it's just a defensive tackle depth thing. They've got Ogunjobi there. They've got DJ Reader, obviously. I think they're higher on some of the younger guys that they have in there. I don't know.
How much was he?
He didn't have a huge cap hit. He was only on a 1-year deal. I think from what I've been reading, and you guys can trust me now because he said I'm writing for Cincy Jungle. I get paid for that, dude. I'm a paid fucking journalist. You guys respect me. I'm just kidding. I'm just a regular dude. But from what I've been reading from all this, the people that I follow and talk to, there is a good chance that Daniels ends up back on the roster when there's some more IR designations. because like with Osai, they designated him to IR before final rosters were due, so he's out for the season. But guys that are put on IR after with the new IR to return rule can come back after 3 weeks. And that's a rule that it should have been that way anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's a few things COVID helped was like the whole IR thing. Like instead of 6 weeks, it's 3 weeks. Like,
and you can have more people on that now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That was one of the plus that came out of there. Did the Bing? Well, obviously, I think he did. The defensive end Hodge, he had a really good preseason.
He made it. Yeah.
Um,
Darius Hodge.
Yeah, I felt like he had an impact in preseason, and I'm a guy that don't take shit from preseason. The one guy out of Texas, unfortunately, season-ending surgery.
And he was looking damn good that first game. It was one game.
But. Yeah. So now you're pretty much putting all your eggs in a basket, hoping that Trey Hendrickson and Hubbard hold down the defensive end spots here.
And that's kind of what Jake says in regards to Mike Daniels. We needed more pass rushers. So
were you guys surprised at all that they only how many linemen did they keep? So I know you got Jonah, you got Riley Reef, you got the 4 guards.
Jonah,
Hopkins.
You got Jonah, Reef, Hopkins, Xavier Suafilo, and then Trey Hopkins, I'm sorry. So that's the starting 5. And then you got Jackson Carman as a backup guard. You got Quentin Spain as a backup guard. You've got your backup center is going to be Trey Hill. And then they've got a couple swing tackles, but I know that Adeneji's hurt for a while. So they're going to be – the tackle is where I'm a little bit concerned with their depth. I think any of the other 2 depth guys can kind of step in and be all right. Carmen's that's yet to be seen though, because he didn't look great in the preseason.
How the wide receiver? What does the wide receiver room look like? I know you got Chase, you got Boyd, Higgins,
Tate. They kept Stanley Morgan. They cut Mike Thomas and then re-signed him today. So Mike Thomas is there, and then Trent Taylor and Trenton Irwin are both on practice squad.
So here's where
we kept Isaiah Prince and Fred Johnson as the tackles. That is correct.
Here's where I look kind of down, and I'm trying not to be a homer when I say this. These are just facts in my opinion. As you guys know, I'm a Browns fan, and the Browns cut some of the most talented, some very talented players. Where I was like, oh shit, so and so is going to be picked up. So one of the moves I thought a team like either the Bengals or Jacksonville. He ended up going to the Lions, but the Bengals would have had priority over him. Is Kadero Hodge? He was a big part of the Browns' offense last year, and any catch he made last year was a first down.
Yeah,
so he had one of the crazy stats. But I felt like Kadero Hodge could have stepped in and helped a team like Cincinnati and been that 4th receiver. Also in a special teams ace.
Auden Tate, dude.
He's better than Auden Tate. He shits on Auden Tate. And then when Jake brings up these pass rushers, I cannot believe. I thought for sure the Bengals were going to put in a claim on Porter Gustin.
He's on your fucking practice squad.
And he made it all the way back to our practice squad. He was one of the ones I was shocked that they cut. And I thought that he was going to get picked up. I thought the Bengals would have been a good place for him, a good rotation. He's the one that fucking just annihilated Burrow on that Thursday night game and fumbled at like the 2.
Yeah, I don't want that motherfucker either. That's fucked up.
Even if he was just not, he wouldn't have started, but he would have been a great rotation piece there. And I thought maybe they were just going to pick up some linemen, but what it shows me is they're okay going forward with the linemen that they have.
And we've seen that before and see what it got us. Jake says, according to Zim, who's Zim Hude on Twitter, he's a big Bengals guy. We kept Stanley Morgan because he's a star gunner on special teams. That is true.
Yeah, but
special teams matters.
You need 2.
So that is why he got the nod over Mike Thomas initially, it sounds like. But I mean, the cuts were about as expected. I try to operate from the mindset of I know how the Bengals are. I know how it goes. So we picked up Wyatt Ryan for Edward. Yeah, we signed 2 guys off the waiver wire that I'd never heard of. But
to me, it's never really a great sign. I mean, it happens. But to me, when you are picking up waiver wire guys and immediately being inserted into your 53, I mean, I know it happens, but
I think they have to be. I think they have to in order for you to be able to.
No, well, I'm talking about, but after that, you can sign them to your practice squad.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's still going to be a lot of
and occasionally you are going to see good guys get cut from teams that have good depth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there is the exception, but kind of to what he was saying, I don't even know those guys.
Another corner who I don't even remember. I'm going to bring this up real quick. Are we going to talk about the mullets being put on the Ducks? Josh, if you're still watching, I'm going to get to that. I promise. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's about like I expected. And I'm just kind of the mindset of the team is what they are now. So let's just fucking hope for the best. What else am I going to do? I can bitch and moan about shit, but it's not going to change anything.
No, that's at the point now, man. It's
got to go. Jamar Chase learns how to fucking catch.
We got a game next week. Let's talk about that. Jamar Chase in the preseason. Like I said, I don't take shit from the preseason, but you can see things. Can the dude block? Can the dude tackle? Can the dude make a pass? If you look bad in preseason, you're going to look real bad in the regular season because these motherfuckers don't blitz or do nothing. But Jamar Chase had 6 targets in preseason. He caught 2 and he dropped 4.
He only caught 1.
Was it 1? So he only caught the one
catch screen? For 16 yards.
And it was a bubble screen.
Yes. Now the first game, I give him a pass on 2 of the 3 because one was like behind him. I know you could probably get it. One was really across the middle. And I think the biggest thing with him is I think it's mental.
Right now it is because it's in his head.
Dropped a ball on a curl today, no defenders.
He's trying so hard not to drop a ball that he's going to start dropping balls.
It becomes mental, but I think that he was away for a year from real life. You can work out in the gym, you can run, you can do all that shit all you want for a year and stay in good shape, but you're not in football shape. Everybody knows that. And I think that his first action back from that year off is NFL action that he's not used to. NFL contact that he's not used to, and I think he's a little scared. I think he's a little nervous. I think he's going to be okay. I think it's going to take him a few weeks, though.
It does seem like the guys that sat out, whether it was you already in the league and you sat out because of COVID or you were in college and you sat out, those guys are struggling right now.
Penny Sewell looks like dog shit. He looks like Bobby Hart. And that's
Jamar Chase don't look good either.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying because they're as soon as Jamar Chase started having drop issues, instantly on Twitter is like, oh, see, they should have took shit. They should have took Sewell. Nobody's talking about the fact that Penny Sewell looks like shit.
It's because of what they should have done. It's the pick that they should have made.
But if they would have picked Penny Sewell, everybody be shitting on him for picking Penny Sewell and him sucking because they're ruining a generation.
I don't believe that. I think the reason why they get so much shit is because look how their quarterback went out. I mean, the face of the franchise went out on a fucking cart with his leg hanging off of his body.
But they'd say the same thing if it was Sewell looking like shit. They would say, well, they still didn't do anything. Look at the fucking tackle they drafted.
Yeah, but they would have said that they made the right pick.
Nobody's going to say that, dude. The Bengals are unfairly fucking hated on.
No, they are. That's just where we're at. But that's not true. I know me personally. I'm not saying Jamar Chase is bad, even with his fucking drop issue going on right now. He's getting another receiver. Yeah, he's going to be fine. Getting a receiver is fine. I just don't feel like taking the receiver at 5 was the right pick. And then another thing you guys keep talking about, I can't help but see it on Twitter because follow so many motherfuckers retweet it, saying that it's okay for Jamar Chase to be the 3rd best receiver on the team this league. It's not okay.
People are taking what I said about that out of context.
But if you are a Bengals fan and you think Jamar Chase being the 3rd best wide receiver on the team this year is okay, you're out of your fucking mind. He was taken with the 5th overall pick. This guy should be the best receiver. And I know they have 2 good receivers, and that's okay, but you took him at 5 to make an impact. You didn't take him at 5 to be your 3rd best receiver.
All I said was that if he is not the best receiver on the Bengals this year, it's not a big deal. He does have to become the best receiver on the Bengals, but looking at, I think the best receiver this year will probably be Tyler Boyd.
I'm not even sure Jamar Chase is going to be 2nd.
But I expect a lot from T. Higgins too, but I fully agree that a number 5 overall pick has to be your number 1 receiver in year 2. All things considered, with the wide receiver room that they have, with him having a year off and all this shit, and Penny Sewell had the same thing, so he can have the same excuse or whatever you want to call it. It's okay this year, but if it's not, if he's John Ross, you're fucked, right? And John Ross was never even the 5th best receiver on the Bengals, but he has to emerge as that. But it is going to take him a few weeks to settle in.
I disagree wholeheartedly. I think with him taking at 5, he needs to come make an immediate impact.
He's not going to.
Look at Justin Jefferson taken in the 20s last year, past Adam Thielen as the best receiver.
But that's one guy.
It happens year in and year out. I mean, when you inserted AJ Green, who you guys took at what, 3rd, 4th, 5th?
Yeah, 2011.
He immediately was the best receiver on the team. And you guys then had studs with Chris Henry.
Chris Henry was fucking dead by then, dude.
He was
dead.
I'm thinking Ocho Cinco. You're right.
Ocho was gone too.
I know. I'm saying Ocho was better than Hushmanzada and Henry. I was thinking AJ Green, and not Ocho Cinco.
I didn't mean to say he was fucking dead. Rest in peace, Chris Henry. Sorry.
But when you get a guy like a Julio, when you get a fucking AJ Green, when you get guys like that, they have to be the best player. You don't draft and say, okay, we'll give you a year. No, you were taken at 5 to make an impact on this fucking team.
No, I understand that.
And that would go for Sewell too. If he would have been the pick. They're not going to pay you to fucking give up sacks all year. The Browns took Jedrick Wills, I think, at 11 or 12 last year, and he made an immediate impact. These guys are taking that high to make an impact. You're not taking him at 5 to be the 3rd best receiver. But I don't give him a fucking year. He needs to come in and be that.
But it's a catch-22. And Jake says, my recent tweet, I just retweeted my Ohio State fans are the worst tweet and said that the mentions are proving my point because these people are fucking vicious.
I just got to keep going back to the Bengals fans.
But the Bengals were fucked either way based on how things have played out. Because if Sewell looks like shit, they're going to get shit on because they are the only team that can fuck up this generational talent. Chase is having problems. They're going to get shit on. Chase isn't the best receiver. They're going to get shit on. If Sewell wouldn't have come in and been the best lineman, they're going to get shit on. It's just the way that it works. The Bengals just get shit on. Until you win, they're going to get shit on because right now it's a week before the regular season, and these are the conversations you're having. If a month from now the Bengals are 4-0,
but the conversations we're having now are because he's actually dropping balls. If he's out there, making plays and he catches all 6 of those balls, and even if he's got it don't matter.
And Sewell still looks like shit. The Bengals are in a better situation. But there is going to be unfair media hate on the Bengals always.
Pull this up. This very bottom.
This is something that I wanted to make a point of. Absolutely.
When you're playing that bad, when you're dropping that many balls, leave him in the fucking game.
That is terrible by Zach Taylor. Absolutely terrible. 100%. He should have stayed in the game.
Fuck yeah.
He should have stayed in the game.
Punished. He should have been punished for dropping balls. When
it's not like AJ Green, who was great for 10 years, dropped a few balls in a couple preseason games, and you say it's all right. This is a rookie who didn't play last year.
Dropping balls in practice and everything.
He says just give him live reps. He should have been getting more live reps. He should have played at least the first half this past Sunday.
Absolutely.
At least.
Absolutely. And then when he dropped more, he should add another quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. That is terrible by Zach.
We can all agree Kevin Stefanski, a good coach of the year, whatever. He said, if you guys come out, they were doing the the practice thing with the Giants. If any of you guys get in a fight, you're playing in preseason. Baker said he almost threw fists, whatever. But so there ended up being one fight, and it was Shepard from the Giants and Troy Hill, who's our big pickup from the Rams, our nickel corner, and he made him play the whole fucking game for getting in a fight.
Yeah, and
I mean, it's just discipline. It's holding your players accountable. It's what is that telling Jamar Chase, him dropping balls, and you still go line up there as the number 1 or number 2 receiver, and you're the first receiver out there on week 1. I mean, and then and Jake just said he dropped a curl route today at practice. I mean, you're not teaching him anything. Like, there's got to be some kind of punishment. Like, hey, this is why we brought you here. This is what you do. You catch balls, and you're not catching them. You need to be punished.
And I understand and I agree with what you're saying, but not even from a punishment standpoint. Just be like, dude, you clearly need more live reps. Get your ass out there and catch balls from fucking Kyle Shermer if you have to.
Brandon Allen, whatever.
Pat Shermer's son was playing quarterback for the Bengals.
I've seen that.
He didn't make it. He got cut. Real quick. All right. I know we're going to talk about Cleveland. I want to get this to Josh because we were talking about this earlier. 2 things for you, Josh Cantrell, because I don't think you were ever going to tune in unless I talked about this. Are we going to talk about the mullets being put on the Ducks? So what happened was, I don't remember what day it was. This past week, I'm running for mayor. this motherfucker.
No, you absolutely have to do that now.
So I have the mullet. That's kind of been like a point of my campaign on my Facebook thing. So one night, the current mayor of Miamisburg, her name is Michelle Collins. She owns a real estate company, actually right around the corner from my house here. She, big sign, Collins Realty, all that. She had 2 ducks for a charity duck race, which is coming to Miamisburg, I believe, this weekend. I'm not sure. She had them in front of her office, and somebody that we still don't know. So one of my supporters, my campaign supporters, has purchased mullet wigs and went in the middle of the night and placed these mullet wigs on top of the ducks at the current mayor's office. The current mayor did respond. She seemed to take it very well. It was not as combative as I maybe thought it would be, but I have supporters in the city of Miamisburg, Ohio, who went and put mullets on ducks in front of the mayor's office because I am going to be a mayor for the people. Now, I'm going to get this other thing out of the fucking way. Josh Cantrell and Adam Kerr found out. I'm like you, right? I fucking hate mustard. Right? I fucking hate it, and we're the same in that. They found that out. Everybody knows how much I hate J.J. Watt. It's been very well documented how much I hate J.J. Watt. One night, Josh calls me. I'm talking to him, whatever. We hang up. We just bullshitted for a minute. And then they finally say, dude, you got to go look at your porch before it blows away. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I walk out on the front porch of my home where I lay my head at night. I find a bottle of mustard on the steps with fucking this, dude. A giant J.J. Watt fucking cardboard cutout on my goddamn porch.
It's brutal.
Adam Kerr was in on this. Adam Kerr spent like $50 of his hard-earned money to fuck with me, to put this on my front porch of my house. Can you believe that shit? And I told them that he would make an appearance.
$50.
It sat on my fucking couch, dude, for weeks because we haven't been back in here. You know, I got kid stuff going on. You've been working a lot. So we haven't. This thing sat on my couch just fucking staring at me for weeks because I told him, I was like, all right, I'll bring it onto the show when we do it again.
You can tell he wears Invisalign.
This motherfucker. Oh, shit.
That was good.
Oh, my God.
And we're back.
Oh, I just fucked the whole show up.
And we're back.
Oh my God, what have I done?
We're back. Drew had a rage moment there.
You son of a bitch. What'd I do with the mouse?
They just ruined the show.
You, Josh and Adam, fucked the whole show up. You sons of bitches. Let's take a look here at the comments. Josh says no one's safe. I'm clearly not safe. And you have my address because you brought me chicken from the Wing King one time. Camera's all crooked and shit. Patrick Swikart thought it was funny. Josh says TJ is coming. Don't you fucking dare.
Oh man, no.
I'll
help you burn that one. He's a Steeler, man. We can't fuck around.
I'm moving soon, and you motherfuckers will never find out where my new house is. Thank you, baby. She said JJ Watt fucked it up. Yeah, I didn't fuck it up. JJ fucked it up. Your wife's tuned in. She thought that was pretty funny. She said, give him a moment. Yeah, I need a minute.
Yeah. That right there is where we need a commercial break.
Yeah, no shit.
Like we need some sponsors because right there is when you like the screen black and something comes up.
You can see the fucking random shit we got hanging up. All right. Yeah, so that happened. You sons of bitches. Anybody that wants to sponsor this shit show, send us a direct message. Pat Schweiger's glad we're back in. We're glad we're back in too, man. It is hard when football season's not going on.
We're football guys.
We're a primarily football show.
We try and get into everything, basketball and baseball and all that, but just nothing hits right. You know what I mean? Like football is home.
Brittany said we'll be back after this short message. Yeah. Anybody want to sponsor this shit? Sponsored by Cincy Junk. Dude, if they ever see this, they might fire me.
Yeah.
I just signed a contract last week, gave them all my payroll information. I told them about it before.
You might get fired.
I told them about it before. I said, hey, man, this is what we do, and I want you to know that because that's attached to my name before you guys hire me. But, yeah, anybody want to sponsor this shit show, just get in touch with us.
Let's talk about another kind of shit show. Any of you guys watch Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight? What did you guys think of that? just my little 2 cents here. I actually do think Jake
For
Paul
sure,
won the
Pat.
fight. I had like 6-2, 5-3 or whatever, but
Yeah.
I think he exposed Jake a little bit because I'm not sure Jake's ready for much more than that. Jake got tired real quick. Couldn't, the thing with Tyron is he wouldn't fucking throw his hands. He wouldn't throw his goddamn hand. He was just like, he would hit him with a good one and then just stop. So I don't know what it was about. I got to watch it for free. I'm sorry. I got to watch it for $2. You got to watch it for $2.
You need plugs on fights like that. Hit me up. $2. Hey, dude, that stream was good too.
It was good.
This is illegal. We might go to prison for this, but it was HD. The audio was good.
Yeah, it's actually legal too. So,
oh, it is.
Yeah, it's not illegal. It's not illegal. It wasn't illegal. It was a legal stream.
Good. Josh said it was totally rigged.
I don't believe so. A lot of people say that when Jake wins.
It did look like Woodley put him back on the ropes, and it looked like he could have came forward and finished him, but he just didn't. Was he paid not to?
I mean, if you want to say something like that, then I guess I'm on board with something like that. But as far as I don't know. People want to say the Askren fight was rigged. I don't think it was.
I don't think the Askren fight was rigged by any means. No, dude, all the mics are fucked up. I've ruined this whole fucking thing. Josh needs a Sunday ticket plug. I don't have a Sunday ticket plug, dude. I pay for Sunday ticket. I'm a fucking sellout. I got 5 TVs on the wall, and
that's the one thing I pay for every year.
Yeah, they DirecTV, you're probably not going to sponsor after this, but your customer service is fucking dog shit. If somebody else got Sunday ticket, I would instantly go there, but they keep me because they have Sunday ticket. So yeah, but the fight, I thought that is the one that looks like maybe there was some fishy shit going on.
Which one? The Woodley?
The Woodley fight, yes.
Yeah, I just don't know if, I know Tyron can hit, but I don't know if he's just a boxer. I mean, when he fights a boxer, I think you're going to see a completely different world.
Yeah, he hasn't fought a real boxer. Woodley was a UFC guy. He's an MMA guy. He got into the ring. That's the problem. But he looked like at times he gave him all he wanted, all he could really handle. So does Jake now take the next step? Right? Does he fight a legitimate boxer?
Go fight that Fury guy, his fucking brother, whoever it is.
Josh says he'll never fight a boxer, and he may not. But point that I made with this is everybody that really hates Jake Paul for this and Logan Paul,
you're going to tune in to watch him get knocked out.
Well, not only that, but you might not like it if you're like an old school boxing purist or whatever. He's the only person keeping boxing relevant. Who gives a shit about boxing anymore?
No, what he's doing is putting on a show to keep you guys entertained and keeping everybody talked about it, and that's exactly what happens.
He's fighting 40-year-old.
I mean, it's entertainment, and one thing the Paul brothers do know how to do is sell a fight. I mean, it's kind of like Logan and Floyd when they went at it. I mean, that right there is just like, all right, Logan got in the ring with Floyd, but Logan was also like triple Floyd's size. It was going to be hard to knock Logan out. I mean, if he could just take a punch. And don't get us wrong, Floyd won the fight, but Logan lasted. Now you're going to buy his next fight. Yeah. So I mean, that's all it is Jake is going to keep fighting these fucking 50-year-old old fucking UFC fighters who really don't know how to box, and Logan's going to fight guys 3 times his size, and that's that they're going to keep you entertained.
And a point I was getting ready to make, your wife brings up, Brittany says he's making money. And yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he gives a fuck if you think he's fighting real fighters.
He just got fucking $20 million to go in there, and
I don't think he gives a fuck if you respect him as a boxer. He gives a fuck that the check clears when the thing's over with, and he's doing it. Yeah. And it's entertaining. The shit talking's fun. People tune in. Dude, I have never, maybe once or twice in my adult life, been like, I need to make sure I tune into that boxing match.
Right.
Tyson came back for sure.
Yeah.
But this past week, stop putting them on Sundays though. That's what fucking sucks.
Yeah. Because I'd like to get drunk and drink, and you know what I mean. I wouldn't have to get a stream. I'd pay this, $60.
Yeah, I'd pay the $60 if it was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
The Kardashians of combat sports, they're rich because of idiots like us.
And there's a lot of idiots that watch.
Yeah, dude, that's what it is, and it works. If I could go talk a bunch of shit and
get beat up, I'd fucking do that right now, dude.
If I go talk a bunch of shit, fight Nate Robinson, and make a bunch of money, I'd be on my way right now.
Fuck yeah.
I'd probably lose, but I'd go because the check's gonna clear. So I just personally don't think he really gives a fuck.
No, they don't.
And I get it.
Let's talk about the last thing in here, man. Week 1 is shit. It's week 1 of the NFL season is a week from tonight.
1 week from tonight.
The Buccaneers and the Cowboys. We don't have to so much get into that game, but what's your expectations here? Like, how are you feeling going into week 1 against Minnesota?
The Bengals are probably going to go 17-0.
Okay.
Just kind of based on what I've been seeing on the timeline.
Right.
Now, my realistic expectation for week 1 is I am excited because I think just for having a first game at home is good. I'm not going to go. No,
week 1 is just like we can't make any plans week 1. We already know what the deal is, how we're doing it, what we're doing.
Well, yeah, and it's not looking like my child is going to be home before then, so I can't be down at a football game anyway. But I just dropped my phone. I don't know where it went. The exciting thing is I'm going to get to watch Joe Burrow come back in his first game with a full crowd. He's never played in a game with a full crowd. I think that'll be exciting. I think the energy will be high. It's week 1. Shit hasn't gone bad yet. So I think that's going to be really fun to see. My expectation legitimately is that will be a good game. I don't think that it's a blowout on either side. I expect Burrow to look uncomfortable, though.
I do too.
Because I don't think that he played enough in that preseason game.
Let me talk about that real quick. Now that's brought up, and I'm going to talk about that.
I kind of wanted to get to that.
What is the fucking point of playing him? I don't give a that did absolutely nothing. You let him hand the ball off twice, and you let him throw a fucking bubble screen.
That got dropped.
I mean,
dude, my phone is gone.
I mean, what was the point of playing him? There is no point in playing him.
Taylor's explanation was that he felt that it was important for him to get back out there.
He could have got a better rep in practice.
Call the play with the crowd in a game scenario. Maybe get some of the butterflies out. I don't know.
He's so bad. If he said that, he's so bad. He's so like. Don't get me. Whatever we want to say about the Bengals, but and I've said this since the day he got hired.
No, you didn't say the day he got hired. You said it after the first year. You said it was a good idea when he got hired. But then the first year.
No, that's because he sniffed what's his face's ass.
You said it was a good signing.
I did not.
Bullshit.
I did not.
But
Zach Taylor, dude, what was he? A fucking quarterback's coach?
But you said it was a good idea.
It doesn't happen like that.
And you said it was a good signing. I remember it because I was like, what the fuck?
Listen, dude,
but
he's
also
in over his head. I said that from the beginning.
You have to look at what we were getting rid of Marvin Lewis. Anybody was okay at that point.
Yeah, I guess when you do have a coach that's been there 16 years, it's just some of the things he does, and
he can be there for 16 years.
He's just not a good coach.
I don't think he is either.
When you tweeted this, and I've been saying it for 2 years now. Brian Daboll, Daboll, come on, look what he did. I mean, Josh Allen after his first season, you didn't know what you were going to get. Now look at Josh Allen. He motherfucker looks like an MVP candidate, and he looks like it. I mean, based off of a preseason. I mean, his arms as big as it's ever been. I mean, he's the real deal, and that's all because Brian Daboll.
I don't have my phone anymore. It's gone. It's in this chair somewhere.
Fuck it, we'll get it.
But I want to point out, you married well. The Steelers started it. Go Browns. You've trained her well.
Whatever it was, they definitely started it. I don't know what she's
talking about. The Myles Garrett Mason Rudolph fight. When you remember the shirt Freddie Kitchens wore, Freddie Bathrooms?
Yeah,
said Pittsburgh started it. Yeah, Zach Taylor's. I don't think he's a good coach.
No, he's not.
I have to hope for the best for him. I'm not going to shit on him until he deserves to be shat upon.
I mean, what was it? Year 1, he couldn't even win an away game.
Yeah,
and it went well into the second season.
There were reasons that I gave him the benefit of the doubt for the first year.
So many good coaches out there, man, that would be willing to come help a team with Joe Burrow.
We're lucky that Brian Daboll's even there now because he should have been hired this last cycle.
Absolutely.
So don't miss on that twice.
Yeah.
Or Bieniemy.
I'm with you.
If they won't come there,
I think Daboll's the best one.
If Daboll and Bieniemy won't come for whatever reason, because we know the Bengals have the reputation that the Bengals have,
and Burrow's there.
Though the money doesn't always talk in Cincinnati. Sometimes it whispers. But if they don't, if you can't get those two guys, and now I need to say, if Zach Taylor has a great year, things go good, maybe he proves us wrong, whatever. But let's say that they don't. If Daboll and Eric, fuck you, man. All right. I'm sick of it.
6 wins.
That's probably enough to keep him sad.
I know, that's sadly.
But if you're looking for a new coach, Daboll won't come, Bieniemy won't come for whatever reason. At this point, Maybe see if Joe Brady can bring the magic back, right? Why not? Who else are you going to go with then?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to get one of these top guys while I could.
But yeah, I think Brian Daboll was my guy last year. I was banging the table for Brian Daboll probably after about week 7 last year. Yeah. So, oh God, baby mama. Poor Joe Tooney is a victim of money not talking. And that is true because I showed you guys proof that Joe Tooney wanted to be a Bengal.
Yep.
And the money wasn't there. Good call.
My last take here on
we haven't even talked about the Browns, man. Talk about your team.
Week 1, it's a watch. What you say? I tell you, I'm calling the upset now. Week 1, the Browns beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
No Brady, you'll be in year 3 of Burrow. You need a winner right away. I guess that makes sense. She works for Tooney's dad. She can confirm all my sources, dude. It's all coming full circle.
Hear me?
What?
Week 1, Browns beat the Chiefs by 3 at Arrowhead.
They beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead by 3. That's what you say. I don't say that.
Setting the tone for the season.
I think the Browns lose a close one week 1 because it's in Arrowhead.
You know what scares me is Patrick Mahomes is like 32 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in September.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's scary. His stats in September are ridiculous. But
I think it's a good
game. The Browns are gonna take this game a lot more serious than the Chiefs.
They got a little revenge game type thing coming from the playoff loss.
I think they pull it off. I don't know. Defense is a lot better. The offense is going to be better. And, in year 2 of the system, as far as the cuts go, Kadero Hodge hurt, Porter Gustin hurt, but we got Porter Gustin back. Remember the name Malik McDowell from Michigan State, 58 defensive tackle. Just keep an eye on him.
Hey, something good came out of Michigan, though. Chris Evans is going to be fucking good. He's going to replace Gio Bernard this year.
Yeah, he has looked good. Not
to interject. You can talk.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the Browns a lot.
No.
Get you guys some camera time.
Hey, this is how we like it. We don't like to be talked about. Let's keep our head down and go work and take out Chiefs week 1, and then from there we'll put the rest of the league on notice. I think that's what happens because then week 2 we got Houston. That should be a win. Baker
get his dick sucked behind Cheesecake Factory recently.
Yeah.
Hey, right after that happens, when he took off, everybody started saying he's getting a little mouth play behind the Cheesecake Factory. He started balling. With the Browns though, I want to see how it goes with Odell because right now Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback without Odell Beckham on the field. I think that's pretty apparent to everybody. If that continues, and then he's struggling, gone. And Baker's forcing the ball to him or whatever, because Odell can be a little out there if he's not getting the ball enough. Do they move him at the deadline?
Oh yeah, especially with the emergence of Donovan Peoples-Jones, who we stole in the 6th. Yeah, I was going to say
stole him because Shea Patterson's a fucking loser.
Hey, that sounds like a Michigan problem to us, but this dude looks incredible.
Shea Patterson's in the CFL, dude. I watched him the other day on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, so either way, with the emergence of Donovan Peoples-Jones and them having to play Baker and possibly Wyatt Teller and a few others, one of those Juice or OBJ might be gone, and it's going to mainly be because Donovan Peoples-Jones.
It can't be Juice, man. I can't. Jarvis Landry's my favorite Brown. The Browns fans are getting to me to where I'm starting to kind of be the same with you as the Bengals fans, and you're kind of part of that because you won't leave us the fuck alone.
That's because you guys are terrible, man. Josh Collier can tell you how bad it is on Twitter.
Josh Collier's a fucking troll. We don't want to hear nothing from him. I'm about to block his comments. Where is it? Can I block? I don't know. But I love Jarvis Landry. He definitely shouldn't go. He's your...
Yeah, he kind of changed the culture.
It's contagious. It's that whole speech on Hard Knocks.
If your fucking leg's broke, you better be at practice.
Then they had the dude with 2 boots on running routes and shit.
But we just don't like to be talked about anymore. So we just want to get to Kansas City and see how it goes. We'll see how good we are.
I was watching that game against Atlanta the other night though. They cut to Stefanski. He's got that like salt and pepper going on. He's like a fuck dude. I bet the housewives in Cleveland are drinking their white wine and blushing when they show that.
See,
dude.
and
he's got that whole city.
That's the thing. I don't come in and talk about preseason, but
look at that. I mean, Josh admitted to me the other night the Bengals aren't bad. Josh has come around a little bit, but he just
they aren't bad, but they're bad enough they're going to lose fucking 11 games and win 6. That's just what it is.
All right, if they're winning 6, 2 of those are against Cleveland.
No, not in our league yet.
So with the NFL season, are we going to be back in here more? You think?
I think so. I mean, we'll see about next week, and just because we're talking about it this week, but definitely from there on after, we're going to have to get back.
We have a lot of shit to talk, and I can't wait because
might have to wait till right after the games.
Nothing's as good when football.
Yeah, football gives us all the reason to get back in here and talk.
And not only that, it's just the world is better when football is happening.
Yes.
That's all it is.
No matter what else is going on in the world, football kind of takes you away from it, at least for on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays, not through the week, because everybody's like, oh, this guy has a vaccine, this guy doesn't.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
We don't care. I'd be pissed if they were like some fucking random douchebag on Twitter like me, who's nobody, tweeting about fucking Joe Burrow's vaccination status. I'd be pissed if I was him. Like, dude, that's not your fucking business.
Yeah. We got a fantasy draft here in about a half hour.
Yeah, we got to prep it up. We got fantasy draft tonight. I'm going to watch the Golden Gophers
play. Buckeyes.
The Golden Gophers are going to upset that.
Go Bucks.
We do this together. We make decisions about this together. If Ohio State loses somehow, I'm going live again.
Okay.
From the basement.
I'll go live with you
I'll pull you in.
Face full of misery.
And Pick'em's coming back. I'm getting the link set up. Everybody knows I got shit going on in my life. I've been busy. I'm going to have our Pick'em ready. We are sticking with Run Your Pool. The response from the people that we have asked that did it was they wanted to stick with Run Your Pool because it has the mobile app. This other thing kind of like wanted to sponsor us and shit that I was talking to, which
that's cool.
That sounds super cool. No, but the guy was a dick. They're out. I don't know if I told you this or not.
What?
They're fucking out.
What do you do?
Because the guy was like emailing me. I was like, hey, dude, let's call me. We'll talk about it. And he's like, oh, we'll let you do it for free. You give us shout outs. We'll give you a promo code. You can run other shit, get people money off. I'm like, yeah, cool. Well, I emailed him back and said, hey, man, I asked the people that participate because we are by the fans for the fans, as we will always say. You guys, the overwhelming response was they would like to have the mobile app. So we're going to stick with Run Your Pool. I said, hey, we're going to have to keep a percentage of the pot to pay for the operating costs. Everybody said, cool. So I emailed the dude. I'm like, hey, man, I talked to, our listeners and our people that participate. They'd rather stick with the site that has a mobile app because they're going to have this thing's called Play Action Pools. They're going to have a mobile app next year. But everybody said they want to stick with the app this year. I said, cool. So I emailed them and said, hey, man, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate your interest. We're going to stick with what we got. And maybe next year when your app is up and running, we can look into it. I was like, professional, nice about it. He replied to my email and said, all right. That was it. That's all he said was, all right. Like, you're fucking out forever. Because I just feel like, don't be a dick. Be like, hey, man, that's cool. I've been in sales forever. You know how it is. Hey, you're not ready. Okay, that's cool. If you change your mind, come talk to me. If you need anything, come talk to me. This guy's just like, all right. So fuck that guy.
Fuck him.
I think I did forget to tell you that. Yeah, fuck that guy. We're not using them either. So I will have that up and running. I'll get emails out. We got the long weekend coming up. I'll have a little bit more free time. I will get that up and set up. It's going to cost $150 to run it. We're going to keep a percentage for the operating costs. I'm sure you guys understand. I ate like $100 off that last year. I just paid it, but I got to get that money back. I got baby. We got kids to feed out here. So we got
clothes and baby food to buy now.
Yeah, we got to keep that shit. But we will have that up and running. I'll get emails out. There'll be posts on all of our social media accounts that you can find everywhere. We will have that up and running before the Thursday night game next week. I'm going to try to have it done by Monday. So everybody has a chance to get in, get their shit set up. We will go from there. That was fun. We paid out. I don't remember the exact number. It was over $7,000 last year. Yeah. Reminder, if you're Cash App and Venmo me, don't put any comments in there so they don't flag my shit and shut me down. Football's back. We're back. Fuck JJ Watt. Fuck TJ Watt.
Fuck Mustard.
Fuck Mustard. And fuck Ohio State. Go Gophers.
Go Bucks.
We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.